Hey guys, Streams here, coming at you with a new battle report, and today we got the new Thousand Suns versus Ultramarines, and at that it's not just any Ultramarines, it's mainly Primaris Marines plus their Primarch, and it's gonna be an interesting battle. So let's see what they have in terms of lists and whatnot. So over here we have just a normal battalion detachment, as you can see over here. 3 command points, nothing else. We do not have any other detachments, so we will be stuck with our 6 command points for that game, which actually matters a lot, which you will see later. So in HQ we have a Demon Prince of Tzeentch. He's the Warlord also. He has a Malefic Talon, Hellforged Sword, psychic powers are Warp Time and Gaze of Fate. He is the Warlord, and that means he gets a Warlord trait, and there's actually a really interesting one that I chose from the Codex, the Ether Stride. So your Warlord can advance and charge in the same roll and can reroll failed charge rolls, which means he has the best words of everything. Since he has wings, he can move 12, advance, move 12 again, advance with the psychic power, and then still charge and reroll that charge roll. So that is pretty nasty. He can do pretty much anything. And in addition to this, he has the ability to have some dice rerolled if he wants to. So plus there's also a reroll for charging. So he can reroll the entire result or just one without spending a command point, which is obviously really nice. Then in second in command we have a normal sorcerer. He is bare bones basic, 4 sword. He knows prescience because prescience is a very good underrated spell. I think it's one of the best ones you can have. And he has Boon of Mutation just for fun. He's gonna cast Boon of Mutation on himself until he's either dead or a Demon Prince or a spawn. Depends on how much or what happens to him. Interestingly enough, the thing does not cost any command points, and he doesn't have to kill characters. He has to keep casting and try to turn into whatever he wanna be in the end of the game. He's just here for fun, and since I need a second HQ and I have a lot of cultists that he can support, I think he is a decent choice. Then for troops we have a squad of Rubrica Marines. The sorcerer has the Glamour of Tzeentch, which is essentially -1 to hit a squad, so the bigger the better it is. And they all come as they are, no upgrades. I don't like the flamers and whatnot because you're never in range to use them, and I do not plan wasting my warp time on this squad. It might be worth it to get into rapid fire range and whatnot, but I don't think so. On average it's just too expensive to run them with the flamers all together. And then we have a lot of troops. We have 10 cultists and we have another 40 cultists, and I don't know, the numbers don't add up completely. I believe it's what, 36 and the champion, and the other one is the entire 40. So the one group is a little bit smaller, just because I had to go with 1850 points. No upgrades. They all have their close combat weapons and whatnot, so they can do some charging. And obviously plan is teleporting them around or using the artifact that the Demon Prince has, which I'll talk about after you see my deployment. And yeah, they're just here for meat. Then in elites we have 2 groups of equal Scarab Occult Terminators. The sorcerer here has the Temporal Manipulation spell, and the other one has Weaver of Fates. Temporal Manipulation is for wounding, healing wounds. I think it's D3, and Weaver of Fates is another support one from over here. Where is it? There we go. You get +1 invuln save for any 1000 Sun unit with an 18. So the good thing about this is if they do not have an invuln save, you get a 5+ instead, and that can be nice for cultists, for example, if they die too quickly. And obviously +1 invuln save is great for any 1000 Sun unit because they all have favor of Tzeentch of some sort, unless they tank. and that can stack up pretty nicely. We have one single rocket launcher in here on each of these Terminators, and the rest is bare bones basic, so staffs, power swords, Inferno Combi as normal. And then we have two Predators. This time autocannon and two lascannons, because I recently found out that the autocannon is actually pretty decent. It doesn't have to be a lascannon, so I went with the autocannon instead because it's a little bit more reliable in terms of damage, which I like. And oftentimes you don't need the full D6. You can be just fine with 3 damage, and that's it. So two Predators in the heavy slot, and that is 1850 points of 1000 Suns. Even though I took a ton of troops, it's still a very small army, because 1000 Suns still suffers from the same issue as before. They are very expensive units, even if you take as many cultures as I did. And yeah, often, obviously, this hurts them a little bit in their building. The Demon Prince of Tzeentch has a artifact that allows him or a unit to teleport, which I'll talk about when we deploy. And in addition to this, we also have the new stuff. We have webway infiltration, which I used. I used all the 3 CPs, so I can basically deep strike or deploy as if deep striking with 2 units that are 1000 Suns infantry, and then addition 1 from the Demon Prince, so 3 can deep strike. Then there's also 2 groups that can deep strike, which are the Terminators, and then we have a good going with pretty much half of my army, including the Demon Prince then in this one as well, because he moves very, very quickly. So stratagems that will come into play is something like the Great Sorcerer. Additional powers are really nice sometimes. You get additional power here if he's within 2 of others, which obviously works because we have a lot of sorcerers. Cascading Beam was an option, but I will not use this because it costs 3p. And Chaos Familiar can be very nice in case the Empress dies, and he is the only one who has warp time, so we can get additional warp time in there. And then Veterans of the Long War is probably the biggest one for the big blob of Ultramarines. +1 to wound rolls is obviously really, really nice if you have high AP values and yeah, not that high base strength, which all the Infernal Bolters pretty much don't have. So Veterans of the Long War is very cost efficient here. The army itself hopefully will work out as a sort of Alpha Strike army with high psychic support, and that is the 1850 points of 1000 Suns. Then over here we have another 1850 points, also a battalion detachment of Space Marines, Ultramarines Chapter Tactics. We also have a super heavy auxiliary detachment, so we can get Wood Gilliman in here. And as you can see, it's bare bones basic because it's Primaris Marines. We have 6 squads of intercessors, all of them with the auxiliary grenade launchers, but other than this, just bare bones basic with bolt rifle and bolt pistol. That's it. And 3 squads of Hellblasters in the heavy support slot, all with the normal plasma incinerator, so no assault or anything, because I just fear this one is probably the best one in most cases. And then we have 1 squad of aggressors, also with the bare bones basic equipment, which is auto bolt storm gauntlets and frag storm grenade launchers. Just one of them, because aggressors are very unique in the sense that they don't get around the battlefield very easily, just due to the fact that they have to take a repulsor who is incredibly expensive, but they are really, really good when used as a static defense when defending objectives or defending your army from incoming threats, especially because they get to fire deep striking units if they come too close, so they create a bubble of you don't want to deep strike here, otherwise you take twice our firepower. They have a huge volume of attacks, which obviously synergizes very well with Gilliman, because he allows you to reroll fate wound rolls and hit rolls for all Ultramarines around him. And yeah, these guys are pretty nasty. I like them, but they are really hard to use. Then we have a Warlord which is just a bare bones basic captain, Thunderhammer, Shield Eternal, Storm of Fire as his water trait, which is obviously a very good one. The basically allows you to cheat out some more wounds. And in terms of psychic powers, as you can see, we also have some options over here. So in this case, for the captain, +1 armor penetration on wound rolls of 6s, is it? Yeah. So you have to get a little bit lucky here, but increasing armor penetration is obviously great stuff because our basic weapons are not that much armor penetrating in general. And as you can see, we need psychic powers, so I have a Chief Librarian Tigurius here. He is equipped with Null Zone, Veil of Time, Mind of Heroes. There is some really good options here because Veil of Time allows us to get into a fight. The aggressors obviously like rerolling advance rolls because they can advance and still fire their weapons. Charging is also something they are in for, and then going first is obviously always a great thing to have if you're already in close combat. Might of Heroes is really nice if you put it on Gilliman or the Captain, because both of them profit very much from getting +1 strength or toughness or attacks. And obviously the big thing here is no zone, because it is Watch After 8, so pretty hard to get off, but re-rolling with Tigurius, so in this case much easier for him. And if you manifest this, all the guys within 6 inches cannot take invuln saves, which is obviously really, really nasty, and must halve the result of any psychic test. So this is basically the ability that you want to have if you fight 1000 Suns, because they really, really don't like this. Alright, now in our special detachment we obviously have Reboot Gilliman. I already said what he does, basically re-rolling wounds, re-rolling hints for the Ultramarines around him. He has also some additional abilities, moving guys faster. He gives me command points. I don't know, he does a bunch of stuff. He has very good close combat profile, durable, high invuln save, 3+, 2+ armor, and obviously the ability to revive if you get lucky. Now, in terms of stratagems, we don't have that much options with the Ultramarines here, because we barely have any of the special stuff. What works is Auspex Scan. As I said, we can use this to interact with the incoming deep striking. Then Oni Death Duty Ends can go very well if Gilliman fights once more. And obviously 2 CP is not that expensive considering he already gives us stratagem points. Honor the Chapter, fight in different time, also very good for the aggressors. And then Death to the Traitors, obviously the Death to the False Emperor equivalent that we could use just in case we need extra weapons. And this is not really a bad idea, because one thing that the Primaris Marines all have is they have 2 basic attacks / 3 basic attacks on their dudes everywhere. So we have a pretty high volume of attacks. We're actually better than close combat than the 1000 Suns most of the time. Doesn't mean we want to get into close combat, because our weapons are obviously still better, but still. Alright, so now comes the interesting part. I already did a bunch of stuff. As you can see, it looks like this. Because I already wrote who goes first. Southern Suns went first and did steal the initiative. So I decided to just set up everything and show you the battlefield at the end of the movement phase without the actual movement. So I will still move my stuff, but everything that deep strikes where it does anyway. Just because of time. I do not have the time to set it up all here, and it's boring to watch. So this is basically how it looks like. In terms for command points, we have 96, because the Southern Suns obviously had some extra, and Gilliman gives us +3. Then we reduce this by 3 because we have the deep striking stratagems enacted. 1 time with the Rubric Marines, 1 time with a Cultist squad, and the second Cultist squad is teleported in by the Demon Prince of Tzeentch. Okay. The Predators deployed back here, and there is some Terminators here and here. They deep struck also. As I said, Ultramarines down here on rapid fire range and still interested in killing some Hellblasters before they get killed. And in terms of deployment for Ultramarines, very simple. The intercessors are just here to make sure that the deep striking unit can't get too close. In the second rank, we have another group of intercessors, and then the aggressors, and in the core of the army, Gilliman, the Hellblaster squads, Tigerius, the entire core of the army, the guys that can put on the hurt. It went pretty well because all of this area is basically denied due to the 9 inches staying away, and we can't get across this thing very easily with charging, so I deployed around it. And yeah, this is gonna be a straight up kill point game, because when I'm playing Alpha Strike armies, I don't really like playing the other tactical objectives. They cost too much time, and in the end, if this Alpha Strike works, 1,000 Suns win. If it doesn't, they don't. That's all I care about. I'm really interested to see how this pans out, because I have no idea if the wound pool is not simply too high for our Ultramarine army. And this looks like a lot of bodies, but it's just cultists. They die very, very quickly, especially due to morale purposes. So we'll see. Alright, so in this case we go on with the movement. So first of all, the Demon Prince of Tzeentch wants to move. And obviously he will always advance if he can. So he's moving 16 inches. Right here. I can barely fit. As I said, I can always make him fit because the cultist technically deep strike after he does his thing. These cultists here will also advance. Nice. Nice and quick army today. Basically will be a little second wave. Sorcerer will also move. And he goes also 11 inches because he is a sorcerer and he does not get affected by the flesh change. Or actually he is affected by the flesh change, but he is not a Ultramarine by any means. Predators will hold still. They are within 48 and they will try to remove some aggressors in the end. Alright, so next up we have some shooting and psychic. So psychic, the Demon Prince of Tzeentch got a decent move here, so I'm not sure if he wants to use warp time on himself. The idea here is we could use warp time, try to get the Ultramarines into rapid fire range. Although they're not really good in close combat, we can try and make their first attack a little bit more effective. So I'm not sure if that's whether or not that's a good idea. And whether or not we should just move the Occult Scarabs more into range. But I think I will try it. Yeah, why not? So I'll try to move them. Let's go over the table real quick. So Dark Hereticus warp time. Oh, it's only range 3, by the way, which is important. Range 3 increased by 6 because of the Southern Sun detachment, makes a 9, makes this spell usable only due to being in the Southern Sun detachment. Really important to point out here. He gets it with an 8, and Tigerius will try to deny this. The question is whether he has any additional tricks up his sleeve, but I don't think he has any extra deny the witch. Let's look it up real quick. Because I know he can reroll psychic tests. I'm not sure if he can reroll deny the witch. You add +1 to deny the witch because of Hood of Hellfire. And that is it. Okay. So he needs a 8 to beat this. And he passes. Nice. So in this case, Chief Librarian Tegeus does his job. He can deny one more power, because he can cast and deny two. So we still have some options for him. So Demon Prince will do another power. I believe he only has Gaze of Fate, right? Yeah. Gaze of Fate. Do we want to use this or do we want to smite? I think I will use Gaze of Fate because it's a really useful ability anyway. We got an 8, and Tageus will try to deny because this is a big one. And he does, my goodness. Tageus is really good at denying apparently. Alright, so easy peasy so far. But now he does not have any more options, so we can just keep casting what we like. The Aspiring Sorcerer will cast Glamour of Zinj on his own squad. And he passes, but he rolls a double. Too bad we didn't smite. God damn it. And I believe this means we have to check for mortal wounds. Always keep forgetting how much it is, but I think it's D3. Where is my book? Alright, Pulse of the Warp. Double 1, double 6, D3 mortal wounds. And he explodes if he dies. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Alright. Takes 2 wounds to his face, which means he's straight up dead. Bloop. And a Rubric Marine also dies. That is pretty nasty. Unfortunately, we do not have any Pheno Pain that I know of, so he's just gonna take it. Okay, they get their warp time off though. Warp time, what did I say? Glamour, I believe it's called. So they have the Glamour. The next thing is probably gonna be these Sorcerer here. Weaver of Fates. Not sure how much that does for me. But I could get it off on the Terminators themselves because they don't have very good invuln saves. It's +1 invuln saves or a 5+ for all models. So I could give these to the Cultist squad. 24 range. It's a little bit difficult to decide. I will say I'll give it to the cultists. Let's try and see if we get it off. I believe that is enough. 6. Yeah, exactly 6. So that works. I don't think he can cast another one because he's a sorcerer of some sort, but he's not that good. He's just a squad leader. Let's put that down here. Weaver. The only thing I do not know is can I revive the sorcerer? I do not believe so, but can try to see. No, we can only heal D3, but we cannot rewind and try to revive him. So in this case, it doesn't have any use here, so we will just use Smite instead. And smiting will obviously hit these guys here in front. Pass. Oh, nice. It's 3. Just deals 1. And I guess this guy takes 1. Just deals 1 because I forgot the smite is reduced to 1 damage when we're casting it with these guys. Just with the same as with the Thousand Suns. This guy takes a wound. What's next up? I guess we can go with the Sorcerer. Sorcerer is gonna cast Boon of Mutation on himself. Boon of Mutation is fun like that, because you can use it. Alright, let's see what we can get. We have a 9, which is enough. Alright, so we get 2d6. And we check the big table, which is over here. We get a 5. Each time the character loses a wound, roll d6. On the 6, they do not lose that wound, etc., etc. Do I want to keep this or do I want to re-roll? No, I'll keep it. So he has a 6+3 no pain now. Which is not bad, but it's not great either, so I'm not sure how I feel about that. Best thing is it helps him against water wounds, so I guess that's good. Then Prescience. Prescience probably on the cultists. It's the range. We could cast this on the Ultramarines. And then we add this entire thing with the +1 to wound. That should be pretty nice. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So he's gonna cast it on the Ultramarines. 7 is enough, I believe. Dacoreticus. Prescience is exactly 7, so you can head it 1 to all hit rolls for the Ultramarines. Copy, paste. Prescience. Prescience, how do you want to call it? Any way you slice it. And I believe that is my Psychers, right? Casted. Did cast, but failed a bunch. Works, and these guys are not Psychers. Alright, that's all the Psychic I have. So some success, some not, but most of it was pretty good. So next thing is shooting, and Tagirus has to use his ability now, which allows him to deny me some shooting. I'll put it on the aggressor squad, and that will mean that anything that tries to target the aggressors, they have to subtract 1 from the hit rolls until the end of the phase. So it's pretty interesting. Alright, so in terms of shooting, I already pre-measured all of this because I obviously deep struck and everything. I can put 5 of these guys into the aggressor squad and then the other ones into the Hellblaster squad, because I want to remove the high damage threats if I can. These guys will be in range to double. They are hitting on 2s. Believe they're not in range for nope, they're not in range for any rerolls, so they will have just to do with this. And oh yeah, obviously I will use the Veterans of the Long War, because Veterans of the Long War is the best option right here, because they have so many wound rolls to do. This means they will wound on 4s, because the aggressors are toughness 5 base, which deals 3 wounds in this case. And that is 0 saves, so 1 aggressor dies. And 1 gets damaged. They don't have any invuln saves, they just have their normal 3-up saves. Alright, and the rest goes straight up into the Intercessor squad in front, which is 10, 15, then we need another 3, and then we need 3 more which are in rapid fire range. Hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s this time because they're only toughness 4 obviously. And that looks like a lot of death. They get a 5-up save, I believe, because it's minus AP2 because of the Inferno bolters. That's 1, 2, 3.5 guy. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 guy. Oh yeah, sorry, I was targeting the Hellblasters. Whoops, that was not correct. What am I doing? I'm a little bit confused here. I thought I was targeting the Intercessor squad of the other ones, but obviously I want to remove the Hellblasters, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds on the Hellblasters. There we go. Because these are the ones that are the shootiest ones, I'd say. Okay, then the Terminators will not be in rapid fire range of these guys, but I think they'll still put their shots in, just in case I can drop that last wound on one of them. So we have 10 combi Inferno shots here, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s because of the Demon Prince, and wounding on 4s. Ooh, that was a pretty bad roll. With 5 up. And there goes the last wound of the damaged guy. Next we would have a bunch of pistols. Do I want to use them? If I use them, I make my charge longer, so I'm not sure if I really want to use them. The Demon Prince does not have any shooting to speak of. Sorcerer is not in range to shoot with anything. So we go to the next Scarab Occult Terminator squad, which are all in range of the Hellblasters again. So I guess we keep shooting on the same squad because it's very unlikely that we kill more than they have left. And I want to kill the Sergeant if possible. Alright, rerolling 1s. And wounding on 4s. Whoops. Oh, that's more average. And we have 5 ups. Alright, so 2 and 1. So the Sergeant is still alive. On a wound. And the other guy is dead. Right, so that squad is nearly toast. But they're still alive technically. Alright, so next up we have the Predators. I think I'll put one Predator into the... it's a question, because we already damaged him. I think we will put one Predator in each of the Hellblaster squads. And see if we can damage them even further. So, the Chaos Predator has its normal autocannon, which I usually don't use, but I think it's 2d3. And the damage is 3. Let's check because I'm not sure about this. I know about the last cans. Yeah, it's heavy 2d3. Alright. So 2d3 means, see how many shots they get. It's 3. Hitting on 3s. All hits, very nice. Wounding on 3s because it's strength 7. All wounds, my goodness. -1 to the saves, so it's a 4 up, I believe. Yep. 4 up armor. Ouch. And there goes one Marine because it deals 3 damage a piece. So first Hellblaster takes 1. Next thing is the last cannons. So we have 2 single shots. Hitting on 3s, on 2s, and I believe it's AP -4. Nope, it's just 3. So in this case we have 6. Nope. And that means one guy exactly also dies. So like this guy. And then we have the other Predator does the same thing against the next squad. So it's 4 shots with the autocannon, hitting on 3s. Not so good this time. Wounding on 3s. Hey, that's one guy dead. And then the last cannons, both miss. That was a pretty fail from the last cannon part. But I mean, on average, I think they were doing pretty good. They're doing above average with the 3-ups most of the time. Alright, so that's some good damage on the Hellbuster squad. So now we have to decide whether or not we want to shoot with the Chaos Cultist, because I think in the end everything here is within 9 inches. So even if we kill somebody, the only thing that would happen is if I remove this guy, these guys could not make the charge maybe. But other than this, nothing really matters. I can just shoot these guys into this guy for sure, because they still have this as a target if they want to. So I guess we can shoot there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 27 dudes. So we have 20. This is behaving really weird. 6, 7. Alright. Obviously horrible shooting, but maybe we can pop a wound as 2. Oh, there I deleted one more. So 4 wounds in the end, and nothing happens. Alright. As expected, auto pistols do not do anything. Or less pistols, or however you want to call them. Doesn't matter. Okay. I guess we go to the charging part. Now, first I think I want to charge with the Cultist squad, because they want to take some damage for the Demon Prince. And I will declare, I guess, a charge against both Intercessor squads, because it doesn't really matter. Yeah, why not? I think both Intercessor squads is a good idea. They will all be in rapid fire range pretty much, because they have 30 range on their normal guns. So we will have 10 shots here and another 10. In terms of AoE, I think they are all within range of Gilliman, so they get their rerolls as usual. My goodness, they don't need that. Holy hitting power. Okay, the rerolls were utterly useless, but 6 is way above average. All of these wound. Lucky we have some invuln saves. Oh, look at this. Only 3 cultists die. So psychic power paying off huge there. It's called Weaver of Fates. And that means we try to get the charge off now. So 2 dice. See how far they can go. It's not far enough. Do we have any rerolls of some sort? I think Gaze of Fate was denied, so I guess we pay a command point, because I really want the big blob in if possible. And we reroll this one. Hey, 10 inches, so I was very lucky there. I wasn't really necessarily super lucky, but I mean, it's above average for sure. So what happens is we can get these guys 10 inches forward. I just move them straight and everything that it goes too far goes back here. And we obviously have to leave some room for the Demon Prince to make it in. So we're charging like so. I mean, he can fly, so technically he can try to charge, even though he will not have place here. Well, he could try to charge here, but that's a much longer charge, so I assume we wanna not do that. 10 inches brings us right into the front, not more. Can't get past these guys, unfortunately. Oh no, I didn't want to fill that gap, right? That's a little bit tricky, so this guy could technically still make it within 1 inch if he makes it here. Let's see if he fits. Now he does. There we go. It's a little bit complicated, but in the end we just have to make room for that guy. And still try to get as many dudes in as possible, obviously. So let's see. Something like this. Terminators, same deal. They make it. So we have... Oh, I think I locked one Terminator. So they're going over here. Oh yeah, but I still have to take the Overwatch from the other guys, because they're not in close combat yet. So, let's see it. 10 shots. 2 hits, re-rolling. That's a bunch more. And 2 wounds missed. 4 wounds. And all saved. Easily saved. Okay. So now we have the ability to pine and get the other guys as well. And that guy here needs to fall. Oh, I forgot my rocket launcher. Let's do that really quick. I never use these things because they're too expensive, but I obviously should have used them. What's the profile? I have no idea. It's called a Hellfire missile rack. It's not on the Terminators themselves, that's why I was confused there. 2 shots, strength 8, AP minus 2, D3 damage. Okay, obviously both into the Hellblasters because we have the range to get them, and I declared them as my target anyway. 2 hits, 2 wounds, minus 2 is a 5-up. No 5-ups, D3 damage. Kills 1, kills 2. That is a big difference. I guess these 2. And then the bottom squad, same idea. 1 miss, 1 hit, 1 wound, no save, and he's dead. Okay, so I guess we wiped that one sergeant out because I overkilled him, and then the rest here will stay alive. So where's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys still alive, the rest is killed. Alright, well, it makes a big difference actually. So it was some good extra shots. Alright, these are fine as they are, I believe. I should have put this guy a little bit over here, like so. They got a very good charge off, that's for sure. And next Terminator group. Actually, let's do the Demon Prince real quick. 5 inches is not enough. I'll reroll due to his water trade. Nope, 4 inches is still not enough. So the only thing he could do is do the heroic intervention, but kind of hard to do here. And also I have not done that one yet, so let's see how that works. After the enemy has completed all of the charge moves, okay, so they have to charge me, and then I can try to get closer. So nothing yet, but we still have the chance for the rest of the guys. So we have the Cultist squad on top. 8 is not enough, because we're more than 9 inches away. Unfortunate, because we were really close, but it didn't do anything. Okay, then we have more Terminators. Nope, not making it in. And I believe we will also charge with the Ultramarines. Yeah, why not? Let's try it. Yep, they make it with 9 inches. Alright, that's gonna be a little bit difficult to kill these guys here, but I mean, dealing some damage will be very, very useful. And they will have psychic support here with Glamour and Prescience. So they reroll and the opponent gets -1 to hit. And we have Death to the Foul's Emperor. The only problem is that I lost my poor Sorcerer. So, yeah, that's not good. Alright, let's move forward. Whatever, they will be in range no matter what. So we just put them like this. Not too close, because the aggressors will try to intercept them. And I don't want the aggressors to fight the Rubica. So we go like this. Let's do it like that, that, and that. So we can pie in and still get everyone into the fight. Take their buffs with them. Okay, so charging wise, mixed bag, but we made a really close one, a really long one. These guys made it in, these guys made it in, not too bad. I believe it's okay. Alright, so let's see what combat we want to start with. I believe we start with the Cultists, so the Scarab Occult Terminators can pile in around these guys, just in case the Cultists kill enough. And they can also try to fill the gaps here. So these guys pie in. Like so. This guy is what? That's 6 inches. Goes to here. So essentially I'm trying to rotate around these Marines. Without actually getting further away. You can fit here, it's no issue. This guy is getting closer for sure, it's no issue. Then over here, and then everyone else. We'll try to just get into close combat with them. Now I wish I would have prescience on these guys, because they have a lot of attacks, but you know, hindsight is 20/20. Getting these guys in is gonna be a little bit difficult, but I think they can manage. 3 inches is a lot of pile move. People do underestimate this, but 3 inches is pretty far. Oh, this guy can't quite fit. And this guy goes here, this guy goes here. These guys go over here. Okay, so let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 28, 29. 30. So we have 30 guys making it in the end. Twice, obviously. What buffs did they have? Glamour. Glamour and Glamour? No, they have the extras, what's it called? Prescience, Glamour. These guys have the 5++. There we go. Don't think they have anything else. They just get the rewards from the Demon Prince, and that is it. Additional attack for the Cultist Champion, because he's right in the front. I saw him. And do we divide our attacks? I guess we have to, because we still have that issue here. There's 4 guys here, there's 1 guy there. Why is this guy so far off? That's what I'm asking myself. I don't know. Maybe I killed somebody behind him or something like this. So let's put like 10 something into him. Yeah, these into him and the rest into the other squad. Oh, come back here. There we go. Alright, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5s. That's 1 damage. Let's see if the guys actually have some additional abilities, but I think Chaos Cultists do not have anything. No rules, so they just do what they do. I was thinking maybe they had this Destrified Emperor, but obviously they are not Chaos Marines, so they shouldn't have it anyway, so that's fine with me. Alright, so that is 1 wound on this guy. So we're still pretty much in combat with him. And then the rest of the dies into the other squad. No, not these. These here. There we go. Rebolting the 1s. And then removing everything that's not a 4+. 5s and 6s. Not so super good, but not too bad either. And that's a really bad armor save. That's nice. So 1, 2.5 dies. Let's take 1, 2. Yep. All right, that fits. Alright, that was the cultists, and now they will pile in. It's pretty hard to pile them in, really. These guys can pile into the aggressors, that would work. Because this is the closest model. So we're moving into here. And these here can't go too far away from him. They can still move on. And these will circle around this guy here to get closer. And so will these guys. 3 inches. He's still as close as he was before, so he can move. And then these guys will have to stand still. That guy can move. That guy can move. Yeah, it's they're a little bit stuck there because this guy is still alive, and we have to pretty much rally around him. Then next up go the Scarlet Occults. So we did declare a charge against this squad, fortunately, so we can still do our attacks against them. We will pie in over here. Actually over here, so they can't run away. That guy needs to drop down to here. So this guy will move first, like so. And so. It doesn't matter, they will pie in anyway. And then we'll go have a go. Okay, so the only issue with the sorcerer is I believe he only has 2 attacks. I think he should have 3, but I think in his profile it says 2. Yeah. He has a 4 staff, so strength 6, AP minus 1, D3 damage. Alright. Hitting on 3s, I believe. Yeah. Do we have any buffs around them? No. They are just as they are. So 2 hits. 1 on 3s. 4 up. How much damage? 2 damage. 1 Primaris Marine bites the dust. Blam. And then we have the other 4 Terminators, 2 attacks, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s, I believe. That's not good. Fortunately, they only have their power swords. They don't even have that good close combat, and they are strength 4, so just 2 hits. Ah, damn it! And they make an armor save because it's 6, so 1 of them takes a wound. Fortunately, these are not 4 swords anymore, anything like that. So they take 1 wound on this guy. Stay 1 away from Captain. Yeah, we did. There we go. Next thing is the Ultramarines. We will pile around a little bit, like so. So we have a good arch around here. And this guy can move up in a circle. This guy can move up in a circle. This guy can move to here. Here. Like so. Then everybody will pie in a little bit so we can make room for the guys on top of here to get away from the aggressor squad. And still make it in close combat. Yeah, seems good. What's up with these guys though? This guy should not be as far in the back as he is. Let's put him over here. Yeah. Since we make mainly lateral movement, that's obviously fine. Everybody will be in close combat. Okay. So the one problem is we don't have much attacks. We have 1 basic attack on each Marine. But at least we have a lot of Marines. So we have, we had 20 dudes, lost 2. And we are hitting on what? Hitting on 2s in close combat. And the 6s, the additional hits, right? Because it's dash to the Foul Emperor. And you roll a hit roll of a 6+, you can immediately make another extra attack. Okay, so let's copy paste them, put them in here, and that's that. Alright, we are wounding. I'm not sure how we wound. How long does the Veterans of the Long War activate? Until the end of the phase, so we do not get +1 for Veterans of the Long War unless we want to use it. Yeah, it would have been nice to use it, but I don't think I would use it because it's my last command point. No, it's not realistic. I mean, hindsight is 2020, but I don't think we would have used it. So one guy dies. And that's the issue with the charging idea. Have to see if the others can help him out. Bam. But we killed one. And it's not very likely they take much damage when they get hit back because of their glamour and +1 to their saves. Okay, I believe that was it. Fought with these guys, fought with these guys. Fought with the Terminators and whatnot. Okay, so we have one dude against the cultists. Hits. Doesn't wound. Then we have 1, 2, 3 guys against the Ultramarines. And in terms of pie-in and whatnot, there's not much pie-in going on here. I mean, he will try to pile this way, because it's the only way they can pile. But now this guy can't, because he can't get away from this one. Alright, so they will have to attack the Ultramarines. Rewarding this one because it's cocked. Hitting on force. Wounding on force. And nothing happens because they have all this dust. And that's that. The guys lose combat, but in terms of any leadership tests here, I don't think we have any problems because they're all leadership 9. As long as the sergeant is alive, and I will always keep him alive. Due to being chapter tactics with Ultramarines. And obviously we can reroll failed morale tests anyway. And we have too few models to actually take tests that are doing anything. So these guys are fine. Again, they can move a tad to this direction. Not that much. Okay. My goodness. We have intercessors. So this one will not have to pile, and he's actually in range. Does he want to pile? Four. And then there's one guy from squad 2. A little bit confused here. So we still need 2 attacks from squad 2. 1 into the Scarab Occults and 1 into the Cultists. So first thing, into the Cultists. Hits once. Oh yeah, rerolls, by the way. Or do they get the rerolls? I mean, they are pretty far off. Yep, they're still in range. Okay, so rerolling hits. And wounds. And hey, 5-up in 1 save, easy peasy. Alright, and then the next one into the Termies. This is a sergeant, so it gets 3. Hits all of them. And needs 1 wound. Yep, all of them wound. Do we fail one of them? 2. I'm not sure how all death works because I don't play these guys very often, but I think we still fail this one, right? Because we have all dust. Add 1 to the saving throws for Scarab Occult Terminators if the attack has a damage characteristic of 1. Okay, so essentially we have a 1+ save. I don't think that's possible though. I think we just take a wound on one of the scarabs. Let's take it. There you go. Hey Nicotro, welcome to the stream, by the way. Nice to see you too. Alright, what else do we have? We have the squad number 4. We have 1, 2 guys and 2 guys. So we have 4 into the cultists. They are for sure in range of Gilliman, so they will reroll. 2 hits. 1 wound, reroll. Yep. And 5 ups. My goodness, these quotas are really tanky. So then losing enough guys to foil leadership test even at the moment. Then next up we have 2 guys in a sergeant, so 5 attacks. Woo. Pretty much everything missed. Still really bad. 2 hits on the scarabs. Whoops. Come back. One wound, rerolling. 1 wound. 2 up. Nothing. Okay. Not really that much piling in to do. I mean, he technically has to try and pile in. So this guy should be closer, and the rest here does not really have to move, and neither will they. Okay, aggressor squad. Now, if you ask why did I put the aggressor squad in there, it's because the aggressor squad cannot charge these guys afterwards, which is pretty decent because the Ultramarines should not get punched by the aggressors if they can help it, and obviously them punching cultists doesn't really affect me that much. Piling in is a little bit tricky though. You can pile here. He doesn't really get anywhere. Can pile here and here. Okay, so I have 3 guys left and a sergeant. So that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reballing. Not so good. And then the strength, I believe, is 8 or something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter though. A wounding on 2s, pretty sure. And they still get their 5 up. Now they lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 5. So let's take the marker here. Morale. Does the Demon Prince I don't think he does anything for morale purposes. It's just rerolling once. So we have some issues with morale at the end, but not that much. Alright, that is those. He's not in combat. They already fought. They are not in combat. That's it. Alright, so turn 1, 1000 Suns. It went well, but I'm not sure how well. So we see how much damage these guys actually can deal. The good thing is they now have some time to gun down these cultists, because there's a ton of them and they need to go. Because as you can see, these guys will deal damage at some point, and so many at the same time is a big issue most of the time, because if these guys get surrounded, for example, they can't fall back. And not being able to fall back means these cultists are absolutely safe this turn. The only thing that can happen to them is they get shot by bolt pistols, and I mean, who cares? And then we have some big Dakars still in the back with the Infernal Combis and the last cannons. So we have some issues surviving in a straight up shootout. So I'm not sure how this will go. This is going to be a very interesting turn for Ultramarines for sure. The problem with Gilliman is also he is a older model, so he doesn't have this ability to just AoE down people. I don't think so, at least. So he can only deal his 6 attacks per turn, and that's pretty much it. So I'm not sure if Gilliman will be able to carry this solo on his back. Although he will try to deal some major damage this turn, we'll see. So first thing first is, do we want to fall back, and can we fall back with the aggressors, for example? Because we can't really charge anything, but we still have some very nice Dakar. The only problem is we do not have any options to use Firestorm because we will move. And we cannot charge because we can fall back, but we can't do anything else here. I think we still fall back because at some point we gotta have to do it anyway. And the Chaos Cultists are really not the target that we want to kill. We have to be able to kill other guys. So the Aggressor Squad will fall back into the ruins. The Hellblaster Sergeant will make some room, I guess, for them to move up. Like so. Then the Aggressors will move back here. And try to put some firepower into different squads. For example, Scarab Occult Terminators looks like a good target. Next thing we have to fall back is squad number 2. Squad number 2 cannot fall back at all because they can't move into unit cohesion, and this guy is pretty much surrounded. Squad number 1 can also not fall back. Squad number 4 can make it, so we could try to get out of this guy's range. See how we do this. 6 inches to here on top of the ruin. Then this guy moves here, this guy moves here, and this guy moves 2 inches and then another. And here we go. They are out of combat. So being Ultramarines, they can still get to fire, but -1 to hit. But because Guilliman is around, it's pretty easy to make that work. The only issue I have here is I want to obviously move and fight with Guilliman, and don't think I want to fight the Rubric Marines. I'm not too sure about this. I would love to fight the Occult Terminators though. How do we do this? He's a little bit too fat. That's the issue with Guilliman in himself. Although the Aggressor Squad would have been able to move a little bit back, so this guy should be a little bit further back, and this guy should be a little bit closer. And then I believe, yeah, we good. All right. So Guilliman will move over here and over here. So he will get in close combat with these guys because he doesn't have to have a long charge or anything. Like so. Obviously staying 1 inch away from the cultists and whatnot. It's just a matter of the right ordering here, nothing else. Tigerius will stay where he is. These guys here are not in rapid fire range, but I mean, where do we want them to fire? That's the issue. The Demon Prince of Zinj seems to be a pretty good target because he has a 4+ invuln save. And we have -1 plus very high strength, so we can deal some nice damage to him. So I'll try to get into close combat 15 range of him, which is right there. Should be doable. So moving forward, staying away 1 inch from the cultists. I'll see how far I actually have to move out. Obviously, as few as I can. This guy on the edge, then over here, Yeah, there's one guy out of rapid fire range, and the rest should be good. And then this guy here, doesn't really have any targets that he wants to fire at. Maybe the cultists. So he moves a little bit over here, and now he's in within 15. It's a little bit of a waste, but you know, what can you do? The wanted captain will try to punch these guys as well, and that is movement, I believe. Except these guys obviously will move. So these guys will also stay 15 inches away, just right there. Make a nice little gun line. Except this guy, he can't make it. Because we have to remove some cultists before they come in. If they get in here, we lose the game, I believe. Just because we have too few models that actually get out of close combat. The close combat is the problem, because the Thousand Suns have some abilities that will deal tons of psychic damage very soon, due to these guys here coming in, these guys, and the Sorcerer. And Gilliman will probably only be able to deal with the 1 unit a turn, so these guys here will surround him, and then he's done for the game, because he's just gonna fight Cultists the entire game until he dies from Predator Last Cannon Fire. Okay, these guys here should also be a little bit further away if they can. So we move Tigerius over here, so he's nice and safe. The only thing I care about is that he is within 6 inches of these guys, so he can use his anti-invuln and whatnot thing. And then these guys here will hop into the ruins. Get a little bit further back so they don't die immediately once the cultists arrive. Yeah, 15 is fine. Yeah, everybody's in within range pretty much. Pretty close, but close enough. Okay, I believe that is all I have left, so not that much. So let's do some shooting. So first of all, the Hellblaster squad will fire their... they have still 4 dudes remaining, I believe, or is it 5? 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4 dudes remaining. Okay, so we have 3 additional shots, because I already said one of them is not in rapid fire range. They all shoot at the Demon Prince. So hitting on 3s, re-rolling. Not that good. Oh, that's actually... No, I didn't overcharge, my bad. Maybe I should have declared that. Okay, I believe there is strength 8. Let's have a look. Hellblaster strength 7 or strength 8. Yep. Strength 7, AP minus 4. Okay, so just strength 7 is enough. The only thing we care about is it high enough. These here have to be rerolled, because the Demon Prince is toughness 6. And that's all wounds. He is a Demon of Tzeentch, and he has a 4+ in 1 save, which he makes some of, so he has 2 wounds that he takes to the face. Then I guess we go with Gilliman as well, because he has a very nice shooting weapon. Hand of Dominion, rapid fire 3. Obviously he can't rapid fire, it's a little bit too far off. 3 hits. It's strength 6, so wounding on force. And I believe AP is high enough to trigger the in-1 save anyway. Oh, he makes all of them. That's not good. So far, we don't take much damage here. Then the Intercessor squad that fell back is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys. And one of them not in rapid fire range. So we get 4 dice times 2 minus 1 into the occults, into the scarabs. And these have to be rerolled because they fell back, so they hit -1. Wounding them on 4s with rerolls. And 2+ saves, because the AP is negated by all this dust. So 1 Scarab Terminator takes 1 wound. Then we have 1 Plasma into the Chaos Cultists. It's 2 dead. Pew pew. Then another Intercessor squad, one guy not in rapid firing range into the cultists. Believe they're not in range with Gleeman, unfortunately, so they will not get to reroll. But that's a bunch of wounds and no armor saves against this because it's AP -1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's count the losses here. 4 plus leave 2, so 6. And not that much left. These guys here also into the same squad, same idea. This time we have full rapid re-rolling because they're thankfully not too far away. And that's a bunch of wounds, just one missing. All wounds. 3, 6, 8 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these guys will probably die due to morale most of the time. So maybe I should have gotten some sort of leadership bubble. Whatever. That's all they take this turn, because obviously the aggressors will not try to shoot these guys. Aggressor range is, I believe, 18. Because I'm not familiar with their weapons, so first for me. Autostorm gauntlets 18 and Fragstorm launchers also 18. Okay. 6 plus d6 if within 18. Okay. So they are within range of the Demon Prince. So I guess we go with the full firepower they have. Okay, so they have 4 guys in the squad. And 6 shots from this gauntlet. 4. And then we have an additional 4d6. So 4 to 5. And that's the amount of shots that we can fire. Alright. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling. Not bad. Wounding on 5s. Re-rolling. And I believe these are just AP4, AP dash strength 4. Yep. Nothing really that useful in terms of armor penetration and whatnot. So 3 ups. 3 wounds on the Demon Prince. Alright. So we're taking him down a notch. That's exactly why I was targeting these guys. And they did some decent damage to him. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any stats or something like this that drop. But fair enough. Actually, they should have had -1 to hit, right? Because of they fell back. Okay, let's redo it. I'm sorry. 6, 7, 8. There we go. Because it can actually make quite a difference. And it's the Warlord. So he's up to 6 wounds, right? Yeah. Took 2 from the plasma. Oh. Get back here. Alright, so in this case we are hitting on 4s, re-rolling. There we go. And okay, this is way above average now. I mean, it's still fair, but 5. Okay, so in the end, he drops down to 1 wound, but this time they actually got the -1 to hit. They just got really, really good wounding this time. Alright, fair enough. They did their thing. Tigerius not really in range. Bolt pistols. Pew pew. Not in range anymore. That's a cocked die. Oh. one die gone. And one dude actually takes a wound. Blah. Then the next thing. Actually, two guys take a wound. There we go. 1, 2, 3 into the Ultramarines. 2 hits. Nothing. Okay. I believe we still have one more intercessor squad that can fire. Yep, that's 5 guys that can fire. And they will go for the Terminators. Not sure if they already fired, to be honest, but let's just give them a chance just in case I forgot. Pretty good hitting. Are they in range? Yes, they are. So re-rolling. And AP is again mitigated. So one Terminator will go down after everything is said and done. Okay, I believe that is all I have. Not really that much damage, to be honest, but at the same time it's to be expected. It's the shooting phase. Okay, so next up we will do some charging. Gilliman obviously is automatically in. Like so. Captain is also automatically in, like so. These guys will not charge. They can't charge, in fact. And Tigerius will also stay where he is just fine. Okay. So obviously we'll try to fight first here with Gilliman and the Warlord Captain. So Gilliman has 2 weapons: the Hand of Dominion and the Emperor's Sword. In this case, we need the Emperor's Sword, I believe, because we just have to be toughness 4, and then he is strength 8 altogether. Oh yeah, I forgot the psychic. My goodness, sorry. So Tigerius obviously should try to do his stuff. So we do Way of Time on these guys. Denied. And Smite. Not denied. 2 mortal wounds. Alright. So it takes this one and this one. That's his psychic. He can only cast 2 powers. But I shouldn't forget, obviously. Alright, so Gilliman has 6 attacks. Hitting on 2s. Re-rolling, thankfully. Wounding on 2s. And all of these are 5+ invuln saves. And that is the entire squad dead. That's one thing I do not like about Scarab Orko Terminators. They have 5+ invuln saves. It's just laughable in this kind of state of the game. And they did not have the +1 invuln saves from anything. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because the Hand of Dominion does deal 3 damage a pop, which takes out their 2 wounds, no issue. Or even the Emperor's Sword, doesn't matter. Actually, it would inflict additional mortal wounds just in case, but no, it doesn't matter. And then he will consolidate. I guess he can still. No, he cannot consolidate because he can't get away from the cultists, but he'll stay where he is. Warlord Captain. Oh no, I didn't. I missed to declare the charge here. My bad. So Warlord Captain has to stay where he is, unfortunately. I mean, he can pie, but he can't get it within 1 inch and fight. He can just try to do his pie into that combat. Does he want to? Not really. Don't think so. We need him to do his stuff against the Demon Prince or somebody else. Okay. Next is squad number 1. They will fight. Three hits. 2 wounds. One fail. 1 Rubik Marine dies. And 1 guy against the cultists. That's a cocked die. No, nothing. Piling is not really an option. They can't do much here. 2 attacks from that guy, and then this guy has to pile in. It's too far away though. So just 1. And 1. And 1. 1. Elsewhere. Nope. Everybody else is not in close combat, and that is fights. So we have to take a leadership test for the cultists. Ouchie daisy. 11. Oh my goodness. 11. Just 1 die. Why do I roll 2? So 3. So we have 12, 15. I believe the leadership is 7 with the champion. No, just 6. So we use 9 more guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so they're a little bit sent out. A little bit. But they're still capable of blobbing up somebody if they want to. So I guess that's okay. And these guys don't have to take anything. They can't lose anything. These guys can't possibly lose. These guys are wiped. That guy doesn't take any. And I believe that is it so far. Okay, so something really scary happens here though. The closest guy very soon will be Guilliman. So as soon as that guy dies, there will be some problems for the Ultramarines. But they remove basically the entire squad of Terminators there, so that's pretty decent. And we see how it goes. So turn 2 for the 1,000 Suns. So how do we move? So obviously we want the Terminators in here so they can deal with these guys, and the cultists to block Guilliman away. So they will move there 5 inches or slash 4 inches because the sorcerer is a little bit faster and the other guy is a little bit slower. Like so. Then the Demon Prince will obviously advance as always. 15 inches. The question is, can we try to kill Guilliman? I don't really think so, because we have very few options to actually take him out quickly enough. I'm not sure. The issue is here he has a 3+1 save. So even if we get the 3 damage on him, he might actually survive. And then he has this 4+ reviving with d6 wounds. So realistically, the options we have here is we can try to kill off the intercessor guys by smiting them or doing some other psychic shenanigans. Shoot this guy and then try to kill Rubik Guilliman in combination with the predators, because the predators can deal a ton of damage to him. And I believe once these guys are gone, he should be the closest to them. Yeah, instead of these guys. So these could reposition and then we would have a go at him. Not really sure about this. The other thing we could try to do is just mow down some aggressors in close combat. Because we can take them out rather quickly because they don't have any invuln saves. They deal a ton of damage, as you can see. The issue really for him is the fact that they can overwatch him. And he's probably gonna die. So I don't really want that. And we can try to move him over here and just try to attack the squad number 1 that the Ultramarines are currently stuck on. So he can move his 15 to here and then jump across and try to charge there. Some options here. I believe the we kill Gilliman plan is not a bad one. It's just highly unlikely to work. That's the one big issue. I'll jump here and try to engage the other guys in close combat. Actually, can move 17, so not sure what I'm measuring here, but I can go further. Can't go across there though. We go here for now, and then we'll see. Press, I believe, will not move. Cold tests will move straight 6 inches forward. Try to get into close combat with that guy and then pile into him. Sorcerer also advances. And yeah, that's it for them. So cultists moving forward here as well. 6 inches to there. Like so, and then the other guys also 6 inches to here. Here and like so. I know they're pretty far away from these guys, still 9-inch charge, and yeah. But we can try to charge Gilliman, and that would be nice because we could enable the other guys to get a shot at him. Okay. So next thing we do is we check for close combat weapons. Yes, we do have auto pistols on all cultists, so we can shoot these guys. That's what I was checking. I need to see if I can use those as pistols, but they are actually pistols. So next thing is psychic. So first of all, I'll try to manifest. I don't know what. Warp time would be nice. Smite would be very good here. If we could smite these guys away, we'd actually get out of close combat. So I guess we'd try smiting. Get it off. We do get it off. Nice. And 3 mortal wounds. Okay, so guess that guy's toast. That guy drops down to 1. Then we have I guess Gaze of Fate would be nice, which does not go off, I think. I mean, I probably need more than a 4. Gaze of Fate, where is it? It's Zinj. No, we need a 6 to do that, so that's not enough. And I guess we just cast another Smudgerino, which we do. And that will kill this guy. Then this guy can also try to cast Smite. Squad number 2 is actually closer. Actually, this guy was closer to them. Oh, that was my bad. So this guy here should be still alive. Let's just copy the sergeant. This guy was closer, so this one would kill him, and then this one would target these guys, because Smite is obviously always the closest. We do not get it. Do we have anything that can help us with this? Yeah, I guess we have. Or do we? Did I get it off? Can't remember what happened. Oh no, we didn't get this one off. Okay, so we don't have a reroll for the Smite. Do we have anything else that can kill that guy? Because he's a little bit annoying. He's in the way. But we have auto pistols, so technically we can try to kill him. Just a little bit harder than usual. Yeah, fine. Alright, so then the next thing we could do is cast Prescience. Prescience on whom? I believe cultists wouldn't be a bad idea, because we need to kill this guy in order to target Glimmer with the last cannons. So I'll try to get prescience off. 6 might be enough. Dark Hereticus. 7. Ah, we need one more. Question is this important enough to get the last command point out of the way? I guess I'll try, because it's not that unlikely. Nice, we get it off. So last command point used. And we have prescience on these guys. Okay, the other psychers are all dead, so I guess that's it for psyching so far. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 30 still that can shoot into the squad they're in close combat with, which is just the one. Hitting on 4s, 3s because of prescience, and re-rolling once. Oh, not bad. Very accurate shooting here. Let's hope they wound. The wounding is not as good. And it is enough, I believe, because that will take this guy out entirely. And that means this guy is out of combat, is he? Yeah, he is. Okay. So that was pretty successful in itself. Then we have that one pistol from him. It wounds and kills him, because it's AP -2. So, oh, actually he has one wound left, so he's still alive. Doesn't die. We still have some more cultists shooting. Let's try that one. Not too bad. Only one wound though. Is it enough? No. What else do we have? Some more pistols from over there. That is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then the rest into these guys. 1, 2, 3. Holy moly. Some stacking of dice, but in the end, 3 hits. My goodness. 1 hit is all it takes. Nope. And then the rest of them, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them into the intercessors. Actually, into the Hellblaster. I mean, why not? He's in range as well. I know, because he went into range. Might as well try. No, it's not possible, unfortunately. Okay. What else do we have? Still need to kill him. How do I kill him? I guess I can put a Terminator into him. Because it doesn't really cost us that much. Yeah, I guess we put a Termi into him and that's it. Everybody else into the plasma. That seems to be enough. Yep, that is enough to kill him off. And then the rest of the tanks, which is normal Inferno. Unfortunately not very good hitting this time. Ooh, no wounds. And then the rocket. Okay. Very terrible. Nothing. And okay, 3 wounds. So 1 dude bite the dust. Let's take the first one. So 1 Hellblaster less, but the rest of the shots didn't do much. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 bolt pistols into squad number 1, which should be enough to break out of close combat and recharge. Rewarding once. And wounding on force. Oh, actually, do they have bolt pistols? I have no idea what Rubric Marines do, but I think they are pretty damn under equipped. Yes, they do not even have bolt pistols. Alright, so I guess these Marines are a little bit different then. No grenades, no bolt pistols, just basic Inferno bolt guns. Okay, so I guess they can't shoot. These guys shot. Shot. That's all I have. So the only thing I'll have to do is try to kill Gilliman. I'll put the Predators into him and see what we can do. Maybe the Demon Prince will have a chance of killing him then. Alright, so let's see. We get 3 shots. 1 hit. This is not going well. Nothing. 2 shots. 2 hits. Wounds. Nothing. How many? 2 misses. My goodness. 2, 1 hit. Wounds. And nothing. Okay, that was a whole lot of nothing. Because Gilliman has some decent saves, but mostly because the Predators rolled really badly. Alright, Operation Kill Gilliman did not really work out that well, I guess. But in the end, we have some room now, because these guys here are fine as they are. The one thing I did not remember using is I could use warp time to get out of combat, right? You can immediately move if it is worth the movement phase. Yeah, I guess I could have put that on the Rubica Marines. That was my bad, because obviously them rapid firing would have been way better than being in close combat. But yeah, close enough. I thought they have bolt pistols. I thought they would be out of combat anyway, and then they could recharge. But that's fine. All right, that's all for shooting and psychic. So the blue tides are a little bit smaller. We deal some decent damage, but I think I should have shot the aggressor squad with the Predators. That would have been way better than trying to kill Gilliman, because it's just too ineffective to kill him. That's the one problem I have when fighting him. Okay, I guess we will do some charging and whatnot. So I'll declare a charge against Squad 4 and the Hellblasters with the Cultists. A charge against Intercessor Squad number 1 and also 4 if I make it with these guys, otherwise not, obviously. This guy will declare a charge against can we do number 6 as well? So they will eat the entire Overwatch pretty much. And then the Demon Prince can also declare his charge, and these guys here might be able to get a charge off. We'll see. These guys into Gilliman for sure. Okay. So let's do the overwatching real quick. Got 6 shots from first squad. 1 hit. Stays 1 hit. It's 1. Then next squad. 1. 1. 1 and 1. Doesn't do anything. And the Hellblaster. Just to believe is 1 more there. I think they just lost 2 of them. Nothing. And nothing. Alright, so blah blah. 2 cultists die and everything else goes off. Let's see how much charge distance they can make. 7. 7 is just fine. Can get into everyone pretty much. So this guy goes here. This guy goes here and here. Here I have to stay 1 inch away from the captain though. Right there. Yeah, those are all the same Hellbuster squad, so in this case it's fine. And we get a nice surround off here. Like so. So we can get as much cultists in as we can possibly have. Except down there, because I want to get into close combat with the Occult Terminators. And obviously need some boom. And then we make a little bit more of a bulwark towards Gilliman than anyone else. Okay. The Prince will try to charge since the cultists are now in. 5 inches, probably even enough. Yep, that's enough. Even if so, did we need the in case we need the reroll, there's a 7 because he can reroll anyway. But obviously I wouldn't have been allowed to if the charge did not happen. And then the next squad, 6 inches is fine. Yep, absolutely fine. Very, very close, so we can actually try and get those guys as close as possible, like so. This squad here into Gilliman. Gilliman will overwatch. Nope. Reroll. Nope. Distance. Nope. That's a big nope. And then the other squad. Yes. 8 inches is fine. Yep, absolutely. So 7, 8. It gets them to here, so he can stay there. Stay in here. Good thing is, if he falls back, we still get to attack him, and then we can still try to pie into the aggressor squad and try to piss him off as well. And hopefully we don't get absolutely shredded by morale, which might happen. You never know. So I can't obviously declare any charges here, so that's too bad for him. Okay. So we have a bunch of close combat going on. I'll go first with the Demon Prince, I believe. So Demon Prince will put his 4 attacks into squad number 6, and then additional ones into the squad. No, everything into 6 actually, because the Occult Terminators will probably deal with the rest of them. Although, can they pie into something else? Obviously declaring a charge against everything, as always. Should always declare this before the game, actually. I should write that down. Yeah, they can reach any target they want to. And obviously the cultists engage everything, so they wouldn't take Overwatch from anyone anyway. And that's why you always declare charges against everything in range, which is all of these. And that means we should probably put the Malefic Tenement into the other guys, because they're already on 1 wound here, and then we can wipe them out and enable the Ultramarines to fight something else, or do the other attacks. So this is correct, as I mentioned before. We just do the normal attacks against the normal guys, and then the rest against the rest. So we have strength 7, AP minus 2. Okay, that's pretty good. So Demon Prince into them. Hits. 1 misses. And 5 is 2 guys dead. So exactly 2 guys die. Let's take that guy and this guy. Then we have the Talon. Talon is, I believe, 2. just one additional attack? Okay. So one additional attack. Okay. Got another one. Actually, no, we need to... Yeah, there we go. And... How much does it deal? 2 damage? It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. This guy is toast. Okay, actually, I'm stupid. Did I? Yeah, I rolled a 6, so I should have gotten another attack. Wounds. Fails the armor save, so there should be the other guy dead as well. I forgot he has Dash of the False Emperor, as he should, because he's a Chaos Space Marine. And he should have gotten the extra attack there. Okay, so the Occult Terminators will... actually, they will not pie in yet. I think they can make it into close combat with somebody else, but I don't think I declared any charges against them, so I have to go into the Hellblaster then. I'll do the Cultist first, I think. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 against the Hellblasters and the rest against the others. So let's do the 4 first. 8 attacks, 9 because the champion is with them. Okay, rerolling. And 5s. Terrible, as always. Nothing. Okay, and then the rest is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. This time without the champion. And re-rolling once. And wounding on 5s. Not bad. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 wound. So we have 3 guys dead, I believe. Yeah, this guy is toast. This guy and this guy also dead. Alright, and then we have the Ultramarines piling in. So and so. Actually, it's not piling too far. So the other fight goes well. That guy is really in the way. Probably have to kill him with the Terminators after all. Whatever. Fair enough. Alright, so the other Ultramarines should be behind them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 dudes. Unfortunately, only 1 attack. And Dash to the False Emperor. Got us 1 more attack. And they fail. As always. Okay, in this case, I guess we need these Scarab Occult dudes anyway. Pie around, pie around, pie around. Then the Tammies will get to pie in and do their thing. This time I will not forget about their Emperor thing. So we have 3, 4 of them, twice, and then we have to do 2 separate because of the stuff. 2 hits, 2 wounds, 2 deaths. And not 2 deaths, but 2 damage. So boom and boom. So 1, 2 go down because the other one only had 1 wound left. And no, that's to the False Emperor. Decent wounding this time. 6 ups. Nope. And that's another 3 wounds. So let's see how many do we have. 1, 2, then 1, 2, and 3 wounds. Yeah, it's exactly. No, actually, this one is left on 1 wound because I didn't have 1 wound on them before. So 1 damages 1, then 3 kill him off, and then 2 and 1. Yeah. So this guy is still alive, and obviously we could pie in, but we can't. Oh, the cultists obviously should have pied in. My bad. Sorry. These guys should have pied in. I was wondering why there is so much room all of a sudden. Obviously, you would try to pie in. Like so. Alright. So Intercessor Sergeant is still alive for some reason. It's fine. So now we have the other fight over here. Have to stay away from the captain. Although we can move around. This ruin is a little bit buggy, unfortunately. 3 inches and then 3 inches to here and here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Plus 1 times 2 plus 1. And here we go. Probably not gonna expect much, but that's fine. I need 6s to get him because he's higher. And we don't do anything to him because he has a 2+ armor save. And he does refuse to lose any saves to them. Okay, I believe that's all my close combat. Because I don't really have much close combat. And yeah. More we can't do pretty much. Yeah, the sergeants will fight, and then we have 2 dudes from the Hellblaster squad. 3 dudes. Yeah. And then goes Gillyman. That's actually pretty easy to do. So, the Sarge. 3 attacks. 3 wounds. 1 death. No, actually not 1 death. 1 wound. 1 wound on a scarab. The other guy. One wound. Hey, 1 t-shirt save. Then the Hellblasters. My goodness. Re-rolling, I believe. Yep. And 3s. And another t-shirt save. So 2 more cultists go down. Alright. Then the big guy himself hits everything. Re-rolling. And nothing. Actually, they don't have any saves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. So they're still alive. And I believe that is everything, right? I don't have anything in close combat otherwise. So we do a check. 7. Blop. These guys are not losing enough to make any tests, and these guys might. Nope, not enough. 6 is fine. It's all they lost. And Ultramarines are not low enough to do anything. Okay, that is it. So turn 2, Ultramarines gets a little bit complicated, because what the hell are we gonna do? Everything is in close combat, even the Rubik Marines, because the freaking Intercessor Squad Sergeant refuses to die, so this guy has to fall back, that's for sure. Going back this way. Then Tigerius is a little bit scared because reasons. He's gonna fall back a little bit too. The aggressor squad will also move. They are actually they will not move. They will actually advance because the fallback tactic seems to be the best here. So that's 8-inch movement for them towards here. And oh, actually I made a oopsie. I shouldn't have been able to fire at the Demon Prince, should I have? That was bad. The Demon Prince, I'm not used to this guy not being 10 wounds, because there was one big blunder where they actually made him 10 wounds, and I missed that one. He shouldn't have been able to target him at all. My bad. Alright, noted for next time. I'm not playing enough right now. I guess the Hellblaster dudes will also fall back to here. Because now we finally have some room to actually fall back. Then the Intercessor squads will do the heroics thing and actually stay here. Hellblaster Sergeant also will fall back a little bit. And these guys will just reposition a little bit. Issue is we stay away from Gilliman with most of our army, but we have to keep some distance. The Intercessor Squad Sergeant cannot fall back, so these cultists are unfortunately still in close combat. And the Captain is just gonna move a little bit backwards and try to kill the cultists with the rest of what's left. And that is it, I believe. Alright, so first off, shooting and psychic. Tigerius smites, because it's very unlikely to go off anyway, so might as well. That's a failed die. That is a fail, but he can reroll. There you go. And we have a 7 to beat, which we don't. How many die? 1 cultist dies. Blah. Next is Way of Time. No, we don't need that. And let's do the null thing. Don't get it off. Reroll. Actually, can we reroll twice? I'm not sure about that one. Chief Tiberian Librarian Tigerius. What can he do? No, you can reroll everything. So 5 is still not enough. Okay. That's all he can do. He only can cast 2 powers. And I guess we try to start shooting the Rubik Marines. So Hellblaster squad into the Rubik Marines. We got 6 dudes, 6 shots. Hitting on 3s. Unfortunately not rerolling anymore, because Gilliman is a beast, but he's not that good. So wound with all of them. AP -4 or -3. Reduced down to -2 due to all his dust. And that triggers the inbound save anyway. No inbound saves. Holy moly. So 3 Rubik Marines die. 1, 2, 3. Then we have... Oh, actually we had to... we gotta redo this because they fell back. I always forget these small things. So hitting on 4s actually, because they fell back. Nothing. Okay. 2 more Marines. now the entire intercessor squad. These guys can actually hit with full ballistic skill because they did not fail anything. 2 wounds, 3 ups, they make it. Then we have another squad back here, also in rapid fire range, so we do also have a full volley, which is 10. They didn't fill it back either or anything weird, so we just have the normal amount of shots, 3 pluses, and 1 Rubik Marine actually dies. Blam. Very nice. I guess we have to bring out the aggressors next. I guess we can shoot with Tageus. Tageus? Nope. Tageus does not like having fun. But no, he's not close enough, I believe. Nope, he's too far away. Then we have 1 more Hellblaster Sergeant. The Horik guy that actually survived the Predator. And he fails. And then we have the aggressors. Aggressors are also not in range of anybody. No, they can reroll once, though. Okay. So we have 6 shots times 4. And 4 shots. With this much extra. And all of this combined into the Ultramarines. Re-rolling once. And hitting on 3s because they did not fall back this turn and they do not get the penalty for moving and doing that. Unfortunately, they do not get the rerolls because they went out of range, and 2+ saves for the Rubik Marines because it doesn't have any AP due to all its dust. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that was something, but not enough, I think. This is an issue. Let's see if the bolt pistol can do something. Hits, wounds, kills. Nice. He killed 1 cultist. Fuck yeah. Bang. There goes 1 cultist. And that's it. That is everything we have. As you can see, there's still some Rubik Marines left, and most importantly, the Demon Prince is still left, which is obviously really scary, because he can take out our big guys, and I don't think the HQs from the Marines alone can survive this battle because of the Predators. Eventually, the Predator shot will go through, and then people will die, especially Targaryen, because he doesn't have any more saves. We'll see. Okay, that's it. So charging, we don't want to charge with anybody here because it's going to be a big issue. Aggressors cannot charge, and they don't want to charge either because they can't reach the Demon Prince still. And so close combat. So Intercessor Sergeant will fight the cultists yet again. Yada yada yada. Actually, yes, he can fight because no, Gilliman has to fight first, I believe. Yeah, Gilliman should. Nah, he will fight first because Gilliman will survive for sure, and might as well. So really good rolling, and he gets 3 of them. Not bad. So check right there before we forget. Oh, just 1. Nope, no morale. Percussions. So. Piling. Because Gilliman did not charge this turn, so we have just normal fighting order. And I obviously choose to attack here but instead of on the other one, because it does make a difference. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18 times 2 plus 1. Attack. Still have prescience. And And the Demon Prince is actually close enough. 5s. As always, wounding is absolutely terrible. But we got him. We got him down. Finally. My goodness. We get to pie into the intercessors if we want to, but I'm not sure if we actually want to. Because these guys would get their attacks in. I think we will charge them. That's the better idea. But next up will be Gilliman, so we'll try to murder 3 more cultists. Which he will. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the captain obviously made his charge and whatnot. How many attacks do they have? 4? 4 attacks. Not that good. My goodness. Rerolling everything because he has a thunder hammer. Damn it. And rerolling wounds. My goodness, he managed to kill 1 single cultist with all of that. But whoops. Yeah, they all run. Anyway. My goodness, that was terrible. Gilliman will move 3 inches this way. I mean, he has to stay close to this this guy. That's the issue. But obviously, he already showed us that he can take some predator fire, so he will try to tank for his buddy. Oh no, I'm not sure how that works. Doesn't matter. He has the sheet internal, and that captain is really hard to get rid of, so I'm not gonna bother anyway, most likely. But this is gonna be an interesting turn. This is probably gonna be the game deciding turn, because if these 2 HQs survive and everybody else is dead, I think Thousand Suns just straight up win, because they have less kill points. And yeah, I mean, deserved in that case. All right, the Thousand Suns turn 3 next, so battle round 3. Basically revolves around we kill these guys. We have to kill everyone here, or we are in trouble. So the Demon Prince will go first. Do we have still... no, we only have Weaver of Fates. Our temporal guy actually died, so we can't heal the Demon Prince. Oops, only 1 die. I'm so used to the old edition, it's not even funny. 17 inches. So we will go right behind the aggressors. Then the Ultramarines will move there, what, 5 inches? They're unfortunately very, very slow. But they have a good chance to do some good damage here because of the Inferno bolters. Then the Termies will advance, obviously away from Gilliman. And 1 inch further for the Sorcerer, because he's a little bit faster. Which is really annoying because you have to keep remembering it. The cultists will just try to fight Gilliman, because obviously keeping him away from the army is our first and foremost priority. So what we will do is try to block the path for him to go through and still attack the Intercessor squad. And the Predators will probably not need to move. No, they can fire just fine. Yeah. Alright, and talking about the Predators, they will obviously start with the shooting next. But we have the Sorcerer. He can still try to do some stuff. I'll give prescience to the Ultramarines. They might be slightly out of range, but because of Thousand Suns, I can make it. Easy peasy. Makes it. It's the Knight. Then we will smite, I believe. Yeah, smite. Whoa. Smite, smite. Got it. Also do Knight. Okay. I guess we do something else. can we go Gaze of Fate? Yeah, Gaze of Fate, I guess. Gaze of Fate does not work. And we obviously also Smite. Get it off. And that kills one aggressor. Really nice, because these guys are really annoying to deal with. And then we have this guy here. We can cast Weaver of Fates. Does Weaver of Fates do anything? I mean, on the cultist, it probably does against Gilliman. So I guess I go Weaver of Waves against Chaos Cultist. Do they have enough? 6? I'm not sure. Yes, exactly 6. Nice. So these guys will have their 5+ in 1 save again. The 5+ in 1 save last time was really, really handy. So gotta make sure we get it off. And I'm afraid that's all the Psychers we have. So now going back to the shooting, we will try to shoot some dudes. What was I rolling for anyway there? Oh, no. I wanted to start with the Predators. Right. So let's do the Predators first. So first Predator is going to shoot into the Marine Squad. He gets 3 shots. Again, below average. 2 wounds. And that is 1 guy toast. Then the Leskans. -3, I believe. I always keep forgetting if they are AP4 or not. AP3, there we go. So kills another guy, I guess. Yeah, kills another guy. So 1, 2, and then we still have the second. Does terrible with his cannon as well. And it's 1 more guy in the dam. Hey, what was that? Okay, so 2 hits with the last cannon, because apparently one of them vanished. 2 wounds, no saves, and that is the entire squad gone. Alright, pretty good performance by the Predators this time around, because I didn't shoot them into Gilliman, which was a big mistake last round in my opinion. I guess we fire the Scarabs next, or do we fire the Rubric Marines next? Okay, let's do the Rubric Marines for now. I'll put them into the Hellbuster squad, because there's still 3 guys remaining, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Rubric Marines remaining, so it's not that much. Gotta make the most of them before they die. Rapid fire, re-rolling once. Unfortunately not hitting on 2s this time. Wounding on 4s, at least the wounding is pretty good this time. And 5 ups. 1, 2, 3. That is exactly what we needed. So 1, 2, 3. And then the rest of these guys obviously in the aggressor squad, most likely, because we don't want to take that much Overwatch. So we have 4, 8, 16 from the Termies, the combis. Rerolling once. 4s. Ooh, this time not as good wounding. And what saves do they get? They get their 5 ups against this, so this is 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Oh, actually, this guy should have died from the last time. Oh yeah, it doesn't even matter. So this is just 1, 2, 3, and 1. Okay, there we go. All right. Looks like the Primaris Marines are pretty much wiped, except the Intercessors, and see how much the Demon Prince can help us out here. Only issue is he is on 1 wound, so he is not that healthy to deal much here. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 dudes that will try to kill the one plasma guy. Last one remaining. Hitting on 4s, which is pretty bad. Rolling on 5s, which is pretty good this time, my goodness. And they deal a wound. Did he already take one? No, he is still alive, so he stays on 1. Do we have any more, guys? No. I think that is all my shooting regarding him. We can put a pistol into Gilliman, just for good measure. Hits. And wounds. And he saves, obviously. Okay. Next up is charging. So we will charge with the Chaos Cultists into this squad, this squad, this squad, everybody, just so we can take the Overwatch. The only thing we don't charge is the Intercessor down here, I think. Yeah, makes sense. And the Warlord Captain, he's not the one I want to charge anyway. So, nope. And yeah, he's in range, so nope. Then we have these guys. Looks like 1 to me. Yeah, stays 1. Nope. Nope. So 1 guy is dead. Then the Hellblaster gets 1. Wounds. Actually, that guy should have been alive because of my psychic power, but the other one should have died, so that we even it out here. Then we get the Aggressor, which is actually the highest volume. That is a cocked die. This one is also cocked. No, nothing. Alright, anyone else? Shot. Did not charge. No. Alright, so cultists will make their charge. 6 inches is enough for pretty much any target they want to. So let's charge here, and here, and here. And everybody else will just move along. Like so. And then obviously we still have to make enough room for the Scarab Tammies. So this cultist is supposed to be here, but the wall keeps knocking him away. There we go. So the aggressor is in close combat. That's what I'm trying to do. And is this guy close enough? No, he's not. Actually, then we have to move over here. Yeah, that's fine. Demon Prince also declaring a charge against everybody pretty much. Goes right there. You try to punch the aggressor in the face and then do the rest. I have to do some cultist movement still. It's a little bit complicated. That's fine. These cultists here will also have to take some Overwatch. So good. Yep. So far so good. 8 inches. Pretty much all around him. Like so. Just so he doesn't get to move down here, he has to move Empire into there. Tammies. 7 is enough, I believe. Oh no, actually, this should be Overwatch. There we go. Overwatch. Can he reroll? No, he cannot reroll. So Rubica first, because I need to go through some guys. 3 inches. It's enough. To him? Not Not really, but these guys here should be able to fight anyway. 3 inches to here. Yeah, they're within 1 inch. It's fine. And then the should go something like this. The Scarab Terminators. 10 inches. Oh, nice. Enough place? Yeah, that's enough room. This guy's on top of this anyway, so he can go through here. Like this. And this. And this. And this. In this case, probably better here. Okay. Actually, did I fire the rockets? I think I forgot the rockets again. God damn it. Let's fire the rockets. Because I keep forgetting into the intercessors, of course. My goodness. There we go. It doesn't do anything. I didn't forget. It was all meant to be. Alrighty. That's one big brawl yet again. So let's see if we can finish this off. We do the cultists first, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. And we have them twice. Hey beggar, welcome to the stream. These are our cultist attacks. We will reroll the ones. And they don't really get that much hits off, but it seems to be enough. 2 wounds, and there we go. That is 1 aggressor less. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 against Targaryens. Rerolling once due to the Demon Prince. And wow, not bad, not bad. 3 up on him. He's fine. And then we have 2 guys on the intercessors. Rerolling once. And 1 wound. 3 up. Hey, we did 1 wound to the intercessor squad. So right there. Blam. Cool. I believe the sorcerer has to hit the I mean, yeah, no. The chaos cultist can first of all pile in. Like so. And then these guys can move up and over. A little bit at least. Still within 2 inches. Yes, they are. So the these 2 Tammies will go into the Chief Librarian Targaryens, and the other 2 into the Intercessor Sergeant, because he's still alive, that guy. So 2 attacks into him. 1 extra attack from Dash to the False Emperor. Rerolling once, because it's an extra generated attack, not a reroll. And that is a wound and a death. You just barely killed him, my goodness. And then the other guy plus the Terminator. So 2 rerolling ones, my goodness. Failure. And the sorcerer hits twice. Wounds once. Targaryens fails his save. Only 1 wound though. Okay. So 1 wound right there. Then the Demon Prince is gonna put. We can't attack this guy, so we're gonna put our attacks into one into the sergeant and the other ones into the intercessors, I believe. Alright, that's nice. So we get an additional attack. 2 attacks. And it's a wound, and that's a death. So the Hellblaster Sergeant is gone. And then we have the 4 basic attacks into the other guys, rewarding once. Additional damage attack from the 6s, rerolling. Okay. And wounding on 3s, I believe. With no saves pretty much, right? 6 up saves actually. Because it's only AP 3. Alright, so let's look it up. I never remember these because I'm not used to get into close combat. Oh, it's actually not only 2. Okay. Yeah, only 2. So 5 would have also saved, but they didn't. So they take 2 wounds. This guy dies, and that's, I believe, all. I mean, I have some cultists against Gilliman, but yeah. Alright, so they pile in a little bit so he can't get away. Actually, like this. Close enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they're all there. And a champion. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 6s. And he doesn't do anything. Okay. Let's do Gilliman right away. 6 attacks. All hit. And 5 wounds. 6 wounds. Hey, 1 cultist dies. See, that's exactly why I casted that spell on them. Let's check real quick. They are fine, because they are 6 with the cultist champion. And let's fight over here. So Tigerius, I guess, can attack the Occult Terminator. Although I'm not sure if he really can deal much. See what he has. He has the Rod of Tigerius, which is plus 3 strength, so his strength 7, AP minus 1, D3 damage. 3 attacks. Rerolling once because of a captain. Nope. It's on 3s. And this also has a Terminator armor, and that seems to be enough. Alright, what else do we have? 2 guys into here, and this guy has to attack the cultists. So we have 5 attacks, and these are really big, because if the prince dies, there is a issue. Uh-oh. 2 wounds. Come on, Demon Prince, do not die. God damn it, I think he died. I do not have anything to reroll. And I guess that is Warlord kill, right? Blam. So 1 attack goes through, and then we have 2 attacks against the cultists. One wound. 1 death. Blah. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so I think it's time to count some kill points, because obviously these guys will fight another round. They might fall back, but doesn't really help anything. I want to see how much is there actually left, because Gilliman is gonna be not very useful this game, I think. Everybody else is just gonna try to run away, and I don't have that much time left to play the game out entirely, I believe. So let's do a quick math and see if there is a clear winner anyway. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points here. 3 plasmas is 8. 9 for the Retributors. 10 for First Blood. Then we have on this side we have 1, 2 for Warlord and 1 unit. And 1 group of Scarab Occult Terminators, which is 4. And as you can see, it's very unlikely that the Thousand Suns can lose this, because these guys will die, most likely. I mean, we still have a lot of Rubric Marines, we have the Scarab Occult Terminators. They will not shoot anything down. We have Psychic here. Gilliman is still stuck on Cultists, and he will still have to deal with the Cultists. The Sorcerer can keep running and smiting him in the face, and the Predators will eventually kill him. Will take very long time though. But the point is, we still have too many points, I believe. I think that is too much. There's also Linebreaker in the game, so Linebreaker will also make sure that the other guys will get it, unless he chases after my Sorcerer, and if he chases after my Sorcerer, we get another point. So in all, he can never catch up to both of them, and since the surviving guys will most likely not be able to make it, I don't think they have much of a chance. So I think I'll give it to the Thousand Suns, although it's a very, very close game in my opinion, because I did a mistake. I think the Thousand Suns should have straight up won. I think they shouldn't have been able to fire the Demon Prince, because he was not the closest target, and he's a character below 10 wounds now. So we have to account for that and say, if the Demon Prince did not die there, I believe that the Ultramarines would have been immediately wiped, because he still has the power to run dudes very, very fast, so we can deny kill points and can just kite away from both the captain and Gilliman. Everything I have runs equivalently fast or faster, and together with the close combat abilities, he shouldn't have been taken down. I mean, the Primaris Marines pretty much punched him to death, and the turn where he lost all his wounds was clearly, I think it's not allowed to shoot across these guys, because they weren't allowed to target them, and he's a character. But I'm not sure about this one. I think there was something about this regarding targeting and whatnot, so I have to read that up. So otherwise, rules-wise, it was okay, I think. I'm pretty sure I forgot about some rerolls here and there from the 6+2 wound with the additional AP. But additional AP most of the time didn't really matter, because all this does actually did some major work here in terms of survivability. Unfortunately, my Sorcerer immediately died. That was really hurtful. The Psychic support being gone there, and obviously Gilliman is still a beast. He just evaporated those Terminator like it was nothing. And the fact that these guys do not have better invuln saves is actually not that good, I think. The Terminators don't deal that much damage, and they don't tank that much damage. The only thing they have going on from them is actually the combi bolt. the Inferno combi bolt is the good thing about the unit. The Sorcerer is also pretty useful, but just for a Sorcerer, you would obviously could just take the Rubric Marines if you want to. And the Rubric Marine Sorcerer would have died anyway because of the mortal wounds from the Psychic stuff. So he would have died the same as the other one, even if he had 2 wounds. Predators performed pretty well. I miscalculated that one turn where I was targeting Gilliman. I mean, killing him would have been really, really nice, but it was so unlikely. I mean, 3+ invuln save is just nuts, and then I could still fail the damage roll and whatnot. So I think the Predators should have killed another round of Marines, and if I did this correct, plus the Demon Prince not getting shot at, I think the Thousand Suns should have had an easy game here in terms of kill points and whatnot. And especially if this was a tactical mission in terms of map pressure. I could have had the Sorcerer running around capturing objectives. I could have had the Predators standing around on objectives, and I would have done the same thing pretty much, except that the Thousand Suns would get even more ahead in points and getting stuff done on the map. So that was really interesting. I mean, I didn't feel that the Ultramarine list was super bad. I mean, the aggressors did massive amount of damage. It's ridiculous how much they can do to something like even the Demon Prince when Guilliman is around. The rerolling is really big. Plasma guys as well. The normal Primaris Marines are really annoying as well, because everything is so tough. The 2 wounds are actually a big deal, considering everything is running around in power armor, and then having 2 wounds, and like my Terminators don't even cut it. They should have had 4 swords on everybody just to be able to remove those pesky multi-wound models. Because obviously having power swords is nice and everything, but if you only have 2 attacks per guy, you're not killing very much on average, and an intercessor squad is 90 points. So it's not really like it's worth it to bring the Terminators to kill what they're supposed to kill, which is power armor models most of the time, or lower. They can't really do that very well. So I'm still not convinced that the occult Terminators are good. They seem to be pretty horrible. What I wanted to have in this game is more close combat power. I mean, the cultists are performing really good, especially with the 5+ in 1 save. The 5+ in 1 save makes them really, really annoying. They get across the field almost instantly. They have that very fragile charge that you have to reroll, but still good enough, I feel. And yeah, I mean, the range with the psychic powers came into effect a bunch of times, so that was interesting to have, especially on warp time. Warp time is usually range 3, so range 9 is obviously huge, because you can reposition yourself much easier, and you can use warp time on these forward assault armies. And what I could have tried is to keep the Demon Prince out of range, and just try to get prescience on the Marines there. I mean, the first round of Inferno Bolt gunfire should have dealt more damage, getting everybody in rapid fire, and then using Veterans of the Longbow would have made for a very good attack in the first place. Would obviously also work for the Terminators, because they would get the 2 shots per guy is 10, plus these is 20. So in terms of damage output, the Terminators do very well in the shooting phase. They're just not as good in close combat as they look like. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. They die like flies to anti-tank stuff, and against everything else they're super tanky. So it's a weird mixture of very durable and at the same time not very durable. Very interesting unit, I think. It's hard to use them, for sure. Yeah, I don't know. The Primaris army seems to be pretty annoying to play against because it has too much staying power. But at the same time, it doesn't really cut it. I mean, if I had Marines, I would have been able to smear across half of the map. And here a Melta gun, there a Plasma gun would have done very, very, very well, obviously. Then having 5 Plasma dudes running around. The 5 Plasma dude program is just a straight up fire magnet. You just gun them down on sight, and that's it. And you don't even talk about taking a Reposer to save them. The Reposer is so expensive, it wouldn't even fit in this list slightly, which is an issue. So I don't know. I mean, the performance was better than expected, I think, because I came to them and I got into rapid fire range immediately, so all of the guys could do their thing. But even then, even against the army that is not that shooty, I mean, we're not the shootiest around, they die very quickly, and they are very, very specific units. I mean, they're dealing 1 damage or maybe 2 damage with medium strength at high AP. So a weird mix of a weaker, less cannon without the damage, or maybe an auto cannon with more AP. That's probably the right way to put it. Obviously that is a little bit awkward to use sometimes. So I think all in all I would prefer the normal Marines here. I think the normal Marines would have performed better, and especially in combination with Guilliman, close combat units would have absolutely slaughtered that army. The Primaris 2 attacks and everything was very nice, and the Sergeant did some major work, so running the small squads did fine, but in the end it doesn't cut it. It's just not enough. Power swords may be an option, but then I would have liked to have a chaplain around or something like this. That was the only issue with the cultists, by the way. The only issue the cultists have were the leadership issues. I mean, they're running away, but they're losing too many models too fast. And obviously we have to make sure that they do their job before they die. But I mean, for 150 points, you can't go for better investment. As long as you provide the mobility, these guys rock. Same as the guardsmen, pretty much, in the Imperial Guard army. They are too cost efficient to not go. It's a horde army, so to say. And this holds true even for 1,000 Suns. So I'm very interested to see how this kind of list performs against pure spam lists. For example, more cultists and more webways and psychers and some psychers hidden here and there, and then do the entire with Zangor and the beasts and whatnot, and see if we can get even more assaulty than we do right now. But I wanted to see if the normal rubric Marines and the Terminators got any better. My opinion, they did a little bit, but they still have some major design issues, pretty much. It's not an issue with the current state of the units, it's the idea of the unit that is the issue, I think. But that's okay. Even though it's probably the first thing I've seen 1,000 Suns winning in a long time. So that being said, against something like Gilliman and something of his power level, this is pretty good. Alright, that's it. Hope you enjoyed watching. Leave a like if you did, and see you guys next time. Happy wargaming.